Batman the Scottish Connection. I opened up the Frank Quitely Vault, and we are going to look at and answer the question, can Frank Quitely spot blacks? Spot blacks is not a racial profiling term. It is, can you light figures perfectly? And this incredibly beautiful Frank Quitely Batman page answers that question in so many ways. We'll start with the tiniest figure. When I mean tiny, I mean tiny. Look at this. On his knees, cast shadow following over the calf, back on the wall. Got a little wobble there in that. There's no wobble there. Why? Because the bricks are wobbly, so he nailed that. Who in their right mind would do that? But wait, why is that cast shadow got a couple of tiny little dots in there? Oh, because this man's an absolute ninja. Anytime that he needed to play with double cast shadows, bam, bam, he stippled it because he's a freaking ninja. And this is in the 90s when nobody was doing this. What? This guy's coming after him? Kick him in the gut. Beautiful silhouette. Foot slightly turned. Hands on the ground. Lift. Flip. Bam. Knocks that thing off its center. You can still see the shadow fading up because that's how shadows work. Darker at the core, lightened out. You can learn so much from this man. You can learn so much from this man that you could be like me or Chris Burnham or Ramon Villalobos and have a great career just drawing like a shitty version of him. Because look at this. These guys here are just holding this. But some young man in the 90s said, no, I'm going to draw this whole figure that exists. And I'm not just going to draw that. I'm going to light it from up here, somewhere up here, draw all those lines down just to show the ground plane. That guy who does not exist is holding it just like that across his body. And this, how big is that panel? Oh yeah, it's freaking tiny because this guy was insane. Little kick to the face. He's clean line style wise too. What he always does is he's hitting where he's drawing that contour where the shadow hits. So obviously the bridge of that nose on the right side won't be shown. Mobius did that too, which is always genius. It makes clean line look a little more subtle than just a dead line, you know? But these cast shadows here, I say this, I study Vin a lot, you know? But these cast shadows, essentially those lines are absolutely bananas. My mind can't figure them out. I talked to Jeff Darrow once, and he said that Quitely was an alien. And I think the fact, for me, drawing is something like video games. You can have your Chris Ware, your 8-bit, your 16-bit, your 32-bit. You can get your PS3s and 4s. Vin's like a PS15. He should not exist in this reality. That should not happen. This drawn through there with that blue line pencil right there, this fell from a different dimension right here. This is next level, absolutely one of the best Batman pages ever made, and I am honored to have wrangled it out of the market and into this beautiful binder that has some of the best Quitely work ever to exist.